The 2016-2017 Chevrolet Camaro. The Chevy Camaro was produced continuously between 1967 and 2002. When the fourth, and ugliest, generation of the car was discontinued. 8 years later and we were blessed with the fifth generation model that ran until 2015. For 2016, Chevy debuted the sixth generation, which was also the best-looking model in more than 20 years. The new-gen model didn't exactly boast a revolutionary design, but the front end was more muscular and aggressive, while the sides and rear managed to fit in just right. Inside, the new Camaro was offered with an 8-inch HD instrument cluster, along with the 8-inch infotainment screen in the center stack. To be quite honest, the new generation could have been boasted as an intricate facelift as opposed to a generational change, but Chevy had to keep up with Ford and its Mustang. The big news came under the hood, where a 4-cylinder could be found for the first time since the third-gen model, and a 6.2-liter V8 offered up 455 horsepower for the SS models. All told, the new Camaro is lighter than its predecessor and offers more power than ever. The whole 4-cylinder in a muscle car thing doesn't really sit well for us Americans, but overseas, it is a big hit, plus the Mustang has one too, so got to keep up with the Joneses. The new Camaro was introduced with a price tag that ranged from $27,300 for the entry-level, 4-cylinder model and $42,900 for the range-topping 2SS V8. Like the model before it, the new Camaro is offered up with a number of performance parts to give it that extra edge. So, now that we've covered the basics of the new Camaro, it's time for you to learn about all the details in our review below. You might want to grab a drink and a snack, though, because there is a lot to talk about. Updated 3 May 2016, a leaked brochure revealed prices for the 2017 Camaro Coupe. Check the prices section for the full details. Continue reading to learn more about the 6th generation Chevrolet Camaro. Exterior. Although the 2016 Camaro isn't radically different than its predecessor on the outside, it's quite obvious that each panel and detail has been reworked. Less noticeable but backed by the official specs is the fact that the new Camaro is a bit smaller than the previous car. It is about 2 inches shorter in length, mostly due to a shorter wheelbase, an inch slimmer in width, and an inch shorter in height. It also has shorter overhangs, which basically makes it seem less of a pony and more of a sports coupe. Although the 2016 Camaro isn't radically different than its predecessor on the outside, it's quite obvious that each panel and detail has been reworked. Styling-wise, it remains recognizable as a Camaro. Up front, the grille headlamps arrangement changed mildly in shape and size, sticking to the slim layout introduced by the previous model. The mesh for the grille received a new design, while the headlamps showcase a new LED pattern that circles beneath the main light bulb and into the turn signals. All models but the range-topping SS feature horizontal chrome strips between the bowtie emblem and the headlamps. Bigger changes are noticeable below, where a larger intake replaces the previous unit. On the SS model, the trapezoidal gap uses the same mesh pattern from the upper grille, while the remaining trims feature horizontal bars and chrome inserts. 2 additional vents with horizontal DRLs flank the SS grille, while other models use vertical LED strips. Both enhance the Camaro's aggressiveness, but the SS layout is obviously the sportiest. The bulged engine hood continues with minor changes, which is great news if you ask me. Side-by-side comparison. Around back, modifications include a nicely sculpted bumper and new taillights. The latter seem to have a bit of Corvette in them, sporting a quad-like appearance rather than the unitary look of the 5th gen. This is an all-new design for the Camaro, which strays pretty far from the previous design that relied heavily on the 1st-gen Camaro's taillights. Purists might not like it, but it's a fresh look that suits a 21st-century Camaro just fine. The black, diffuser-like piece is a lot thinner now, no longer extending into the license plate area of the bumper. It's actually closer to an actual diffuser design-wise and improves the rear end's look dramatically. Again, it's an evolution toward that sports coupe appearance both Ford and Chevy are aiming for their muscle cars. All versions feature round exhaust tips. As usual, the SS employs a quad pipe layout, while the rest feature one tip on each side. When viewed from the side, the new Camaro stands out thanks to a more dramatic, fastback-like roofline and more muscular fenders. All these changes make the coupe more aerodynamic, a result Chevy says it obtained after 350 hours of wind tunnel testing. Exterior dimensions. Interior. Like the exterior, the interior was redesigned as to remain recognizable to the Camaro enthusiasts. Loyalists will notice Chevy kept the design of the instrument panel area similar to the previous model, with chrome surrounds for the analog gauges. The infotainment screen is not only larger than the previous unit, but it also sits higher in the redesigned center stack. However, customers have the option to replace them with an 8-inch, configurable HD screen that display additional information such as performance, navigation, and infotainment features. Another 8-inch screen sits in the center of the dashboard, serving as the interface for the upgraded, next-generation MyLink system. The infotainment screen is not only larger than the previous unit, but it also sits higher in the redesigned center stack. Most buttons are now placed just below the screen, with the heating and cooling control integrated into the rings surrounding the air ducts. The result is a front section that feels more spacious. An electronic parking brake replaced the previous mechanical brake handle, which also enabled Chevy to reposition the cup holders. From the images, the new Camaro also feels a bit upscale, with revised chrome inserts adorning the door panels and contrast stitching and inserts in the seats and dashboard area. Side-by-side comparison. The options list includes a segment-first LED ambient lighting system. Integrated in the dashboard, door panels, and center console, it offers 24 colors as well as fade and transition effects that spread across the interior. Moreover, it comes with a theatrical car show mode that cycles randomly through the entire color spectrum when the car is parked. I really don't see the use of having a lighting circus inside your car, but I bet some will be thrilled with this possibility. Drivetrain. New is the key word under the hood as well. The big news here is the addition of a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, the first 4-pot in a Camaro since the third-generation model of 1982 to 1992. Naturally, Chevy took the 4-banger road with the Camaro in response to the Mustang's 2.3-liter EcoBoost plant. There's a difference though, as the 4-pot Camaro sits at the bottom of the lineup, whereas the Mustang EcoBoost sits between the V6 and V8 GT models. The big news here is the addition of a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, the first 4-pot in a Camaro since the third-generation model of 1982 to 1992. Moving over to specs, the mill in question is a 2.0-liter turbo 4 that shares most of its internals with the entry-level engine of the Cadillac ATS and CTS. It cranks out 275 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque, which Chevy claims will be enough to push it from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds with a manual transmission and 5.5 ticks with an automatic. Although it's significantly less powerful than the Mustang's EcoBoost, which is rated at 310 horses and 320 pound-feet, it should be as fuel-efficient as Ford's 4-cylinder Pony. GM says it'll return more than 30 mpg highway once the EPA are done testing it. The Mustang EcoBoost, currently the most fuel-efficient Mustang, returns 31 mpg highway with a manual and 32 mpg highway with an automatic. Next in line is a newly developed 3.6-liter V6. It replaces the previous NT-level unit featuring the same displacement and cylinder layout, and uses updated direct injection, continuously variable valve timing, and, for the first time, cylinder deactivation. Output sits at 335 horsepower and 284 pound-feet of twist, which, according to Chevy, makes it the most powerful naturally aspirated V6 in the segment. And that's true, because this new V6 bests the Mustang's 3.7-liter and the Challenger's 3.6-liter by 35 and 30 horsepower, respectively. Compared to its predecessor, it gained 12 horses and 6 pound-feet of twist. Significantly more powerful than its predecessor and lighter by no fewer than 294 pounds, the Camaro V6 is pretty quick from 0 to 60 miles per hour, hitting the benchmark in 5.2 seconds with the manual and 5.1 ticks with the automatic, which makes it as quick as the V6-powered Mustang. Finally, the Camaro SS tops the lineup with the Corvette's 6.2-liter V8 under the hood. The LT1 comes with a cast aluminum block and cylinder heads, direct injection, variable valve timing, and cylinder deactivation. As you might have already guessed, most parts are shared with the Corvette's unit, only about 20% being unique to the Camaro. In this configuration, the LT1 cranks out 455 horsepower and 455 pound-feet of torque, a 29 horsepower and 35 pound-feet improvement over the previous model. It's also 20 horsepower more powerful than the Mustang GT, but lags behind the Challenger's 6.4-liter Hemi by 30 horses. Performance-wise, it's quite fast, needing 4.3 seconds to hit 60 miles per hour with the manual and an impressive 4 seconds with the automatic. The Mustang GT needs 4.3 seconds for the same benchmark. All of the engines can be had with a 6-speed manual or an 8-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters. The 4-cylinder and the V6 mate to GM's 8L45 automatic tune for smaller engines, while the SS uses the 8L90. Also, the manual offered with the V8 includes rev-matching technology borrowed from the Corvette Stingray. Drivetrain specifications: chassis, suspension, and brakes. The chassis is also an important part of the redesigned, mainly because the 2016 Camaro rides on a new, lightweight platform. The Pony's revised body rests on a modified version of the architecture used by the Cadillac ATS, with some 70% of the underpinnings unique to the Camaro. The Pony's revised body rests on a modified version of the architecture used by the Cadillac ATS, with some 70% of the underpinnings unique to the Camaro. This new platform helped the Camaro shed about 390 and 223 pounds lighter, depending on the model, compared with its predecessor. Despite being lighter, the new RWD architecture is stiffer, with Chevy claiming structural rigidity has been improved by 28%. The suspension is new as well. A multi-link McPherson strut suspension with a double pivot design takes care of the front axle, while a redesigned 5-link independent setup keeps the rear on its best behavior. This should result in a better driving experience and a more nimble vehicle in all drivetrain configurations. Also, it should be a great start for a significantly improved Z28 model, which will arrive later in the 6th-gen Camaro's life cycle. The Camaro gets GM's magnetic ride control for the first time, but this feature is only available on the SS. The range topper also received Brembo brakes as standard, but customers will be able to add them to any version of the new Camaro from the options list. Pricing for the 2016 Camaro starts at $26,695, including destination. For that amount you get to take home a base 1LT trim that's $1,995 more than the previous model. However, the new Camaro comes with more equipment for the buck. The V8-powered SS costs $37,295 before options, which is a $2,795 premium over the previous model. Compared to the 2016 Mustang, the base Camaro is nearly $3,000 more expensive, while the Camaro SS fetches more than $5,000 over the Mustang GT. 2017 model year, the 6th-generation Camaro has become marginally more expensive in its second year on the market. Priced from $27,300, the base 1LT model with the 4-cylinder engine fetches $605 more than the previous car. For the same trim with the V6 engine, the sticker is set at $28,795. If you want more equipment, Chevy will be happy to provide it in the 2LT model, priced from $31,400 with the 4-banger and from $32,895 with the V6. Moving over to the range-topping, V8-powered coupe, pricing is set at $37,900 for the 1SS and $42,900 for the 2SS. The prices above are for the manual transmission cars. If you want the automatic gearbox options, you need to add $1,495. The 50th anniversary package costs $2,595 for the 2LT and $1,795 for the 2SS. However, if you want the bundle on the 2LT model, it also the convenience and lighting package, which costs $2,800.2017. Chevrolet Camaro Coupe prices, performance parts and accessories. Just like its predecessor, the 6th-gen Camaro received its own share of performance parts and accessories. In the performance department, both the Camaro SS and the Camaro LT get a performance exhaust kit. The axle back system enhanced the sound of the 6.2-liter V8 and the 3.6-liter V6 and, according to Chevy, offer a premium appearance, which probably means the package also comes with custom exhaust pipes. But while the exhaust is a direct replacement for the factory system and maintains the warranty, it is not compatible with the optional dual-mode exhaust. Chevy also offers a performance air intake that helps reduce air restriction. This item is only available for the SS. The list also includes 4 suspension lowering kits for both the LT and SS, which lower the vehicle by up to 0.8 inch. However, the kits aren't compatible with the magnetic ride control. Those looking to upgrade the brakes in their Camaros, Chevy is offering 4 and 6 piston front Brembo packages. The former was developed for LT models, while the latter fits all versions, including the SS. As far as visual enhancements go, Camaro owners can choose between a wide range of exterior components, as well as engine covers finished in red, blue or black. The catalog also includes 3 aluminum wheel designs in multiple finishes, grille kits, a blade-style rear spoiler and ground effects kit, 4 graphics packages, and various interior trim kits. Competition. 2015 Ford Mustang. If you're reading this, you've undoubtedly heard about the all-new 2015 Ford Mustang. A new chassis complete with a new independent rear suspension lay the foundation for the pony car, while an all-new 2.3-liter, 4-cylinder, EcoBoost engine joins the lineup. Returning for 2015 is the 3.7-liter V6 and the mighty 5.0-liter V8. A manual or automatic transmission can be had with all 3 engines. The new suspension allows the Mustang to handle corners more confidently, especially when a mid-corner bump interferes. The car is more controllable and balanced in nearly every situation, providing a much smoother ride and all-round better dance skills. Unlike Chevy, Ford took a more evolutionary approach to the Mustang's redesign. The interior still features the twin cockpit design, but looks completely refreshed otherwise. Pricing for the Mustang starts at $24,425 for the base V6 and rises to $38,720 for the GT. Read more in our full review here. 2015 Dodge Challenger. Facelifted for the 2015 model year, the Dodge Challenger is the only pony that has yet to receive a redesign. However, that's not to say Mopar's main weapon against the Mustang and the Camaro is date. The refresh brought revised front and rear fascia inspired by the 1971 model, as well as an updated interior with new technology. The biggest news, however, came from the drivetrain department with the addition of an 8-speed automatic transmission instead of the old 5-speed unit. The engines remained unchanged, starting with the base 3.6-liter V6 rated at 305 horsepower and 268 pound-feet of torque. The 5.7-liter V8 continued with 375 horses and 410 pound-feet, while the mighty 6.4-liter Hemi V8 pumps out 485 horsepower and 475 pound-feet. Read more about it in our detailed review here. Conclusion: 2016 is a big year for the Camaro. The pony car receives its first redesign since it returned to the market in 2009 and arrives just in time to go against the new and significantly improved Ford Mustang. Although it comes a bit late to the party, GM's Alpha platform and the more compact size should make the Camaro a strong competitor not only for the Mustang, but for sports coupes such as the BMW 4 Series as well. I don't know about you, but I can't wait for them Camaro vs Mustang videos to start surfacing the web. Love it. Lighter and sportier, more compact design. SS uses the Corvette's awesome LT1 V8. Leave it a bit late to the muscle car party. Turbo 4 drivetrain to compete against Ford's EcoBoost, less powerful than expected. Update history. Updated October 26, 2015, Chevrolet announced it has begun shipping the all-new 2016 Camaro to dealers. The first production model will leave GM's Lansing Grand River assembly facility by the end of this week and should arrive at dealerships for customer delivery by mid-November. Updated 7 October 2015, the 6th generation Camaro will arrive into showrooms this fall, and in order to make it more fun and desirable, Chevrolet is offering a series of accessories and performance parts. Customers will be able to choose between a variety of colors, exterior graphics packages, wheel designs and finishes. And for those of you whom will want to improve the performance figures of the Camaro, Chevy is offering Brembo brakes, performance exhaust systems and suspension lowering kits. Updated September 14, 2015, Chevrolet announced official specifications figures for the 2016 Camaro. The model is now 390 pounds lighter, and combined with an increased output it means the new Camaro will deliver improved performance figures. The 2016 Camaro will be put on sale this fall, at a starting price of $26,695 for the Camaro 1LT version and $37,295 for the 1SS. A new series of high-res images were also released, so enjoy. Updated the 11th of August 2015, Chevrolet announced that the 2016 Camaro, in both coupe and convertible versions, will be making a first public appearance at Woodward Dream Cruise, which will be open on Thursday, August 13 and Friday, August 14 from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. and on Saturday, August 15 from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Updated April 20, 2015, with the official debut at the new generation Camaro getting closer, Chevrolet dropped a series of new details on the upcoming muscle cars. It is now time to learn the 2016 Camaro will be offered with an enhanced dual-mode exhaust system, while, for the first time, the SS version will be available with magnetic ride control. Updated 9 April 2015, while the official debut is still more than 1 month away, Chevrolet offered a series of new details on the new generation Camaro. According to the new details, the 2016 Camaro will be stronger, lighter and more responsive. Continue reading to learn why. Updated March 30, 2015, Chevrolet officially announced that the 2016 Camaro will be 200 pounds lighter than the outgoing model. In order to obtain this weight reduction, the model received a new architecture, aluminum beam and aluminum front and rear suspension, among many other updates. Updated March 19, 2015, the new generation Camaro will be making its world debut on May 16, 2015, but until then Chevrolet teased us with some new details on its new muscle car. Continue reading to learn more about a car described to be new, from the grille's bowtie to the rear spoiler. Teaser images. Renderings. Current versus next generation. Spy shots. September 30, 2014, next Camaro hits the track. September 29, 2014, first testing session.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.